Confidence beats everything. Not looks, not money, not status. Confidence, because you can have all the external things, the clothes, the car, the lifestyle. But if you don't carry yourself right, people can feel it. They can sense hesitation, uncertainty, doubt. And once that energy shows, everything else loses value. That's the part most men don't understand. They focus on the outside, hoping it will fix the inside. But confidence doesn't come from what you have. It comes from who you are. And who you are shows up in everything. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you look at people, even the way you stay silent. Confidence isn't loud, it's felt. It's the difference between someone trying to impress and someone who doesn't need to. One is chasing validation, the other already has it within. And people can tell the difference instantly. That's why confidence beats everything, because it changes how people see you before you even say a word. You walk into a room, and without trying, people notice. Not because you're the loudest, but because you're the most grounded. There's no rush in your movements, no need to prove anything. Just presence, and presence is power. Now compare that to someone who's unsure. They overthink everything. What to say, how to act, how they're being perceived. They adjust themselves constantly, trying to fit in, trying to be accepted. And that energy pushes people away. Not because they're bad, but because uncertainty is uncomfortable. People are drawn to certainty, to direction, to someone who knows who they are and stands on it. That's confidence. And it doesn't mean you're perfect. It doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It just means you're not shaken by every little thing. You don't crumble under pressure. You don't change your identity based on who you're around. You stay solid. And that consistency builds respect, because most people don't have that. They're influenced easily. They switch personalities depending on the room. They seek approval without realizing it. And over time, that creates insecurity. Because if your identity depends on others, you'll never feel stable. But when your confidence comes from within, you become different. You speak clearly. You move with intention. You make decisions faster. You stop over-explaining yourself. You stop seeking permission. And that shift changes everything, especially when it comes to women. Because attraction isn't just about looks, it's about energy. And confidence is one of the strongest signals you can have. A confident man doesn't chase, he chooses. He doesn't beg for attention, he commands it naturally. Not through force, but through presence. He's comfortable with silence. He's not rushing to fill every gap in conversation. He listens, he observes. And when he speaks, it carries weight. That's rare, because most people talk to be heard. Confident people talk when it matters. And that difference is powerful. It creates curiosity. It creates attraction. It creates respect. Because people trust someone who trusts themselves. And that's the core of confidence. Self-trust. Knowing that no matter what happens, you'll handle it. Not perfectly, but effectively. That belief removes fear. And when fear goes down, your presence goes up. You take more risks. You speak more freely. You stop holding yourself back. And that's when opportunities start opening. Because confidence doesn't just affect people. It affects your actions. And your actions create your life. Think about it. How many chances have you missed because you hesitated? Because you overthought it? Doubted yourself? Waited too long? That's not lack of ability, that's lack of confidence. And it costs more than people realize. Opportunities, connections, experiences, all lost because of hesitation. But when you build confidence, you move differently. You take the shot. You start the conversation. You go after what you want. And even if it doesn't work out, you gain something. Experience, growth, momentum. Because confidence isn't about always winning. It's about not being afraid to lose. That's what separates people. Most people avoid risk. Confident people embrace it. And over time, that creates a gap. A massive gap. Because while others are waiting, you're learning. While others are hesitating, you're improving. While others are stuck, you're moving forward. That's why confidence compounds. It builds on itself. Every action reinforces it. Every challenge strengthens it. And eventually, it becomes part of who you are. But here's the truth. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's built. Through action, through repetition, through doing things, even when you don't feel ready. Because waiting to feel confident first is a trap. Confidence comes after. After you take the risk, after you face the fear, after you prove to yourself that you can handle it. That's how it grows. Not through thinking, but through doing. And the more you act, the less fear controls you, the less doubt limits you. So if you feel like you lack confidence right now, good. That means you have the opportunity to build it. Step by step, action by action. Start small. Speak up more. Make decisions faster. Stop over-explaining yourself. Hold eye contact. Walk with intention. Simple things that change your energy. Because confidence isn't one big moment. It's built in small ones. Daily, consistently. And over time, those small shifts turn into a completely different version of you. A version that doesn't hesitate. A version that doesn't seek approval. A version that moves with clarity. And once you reach that point, everything changes. The way people treat you, the opportunities you attract, the way you see yourself. Because confidence doesn't just improve your life, it transforms it. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop thinking you need more before you start. You don't. You just need to move. Because at the end of the day, confidence beats everything. Not because it makes you perfect, but because it makes you unstoppable. And once you truly understand that, you'll stop chasing external things and start building the one thing that changes everything. Confidence. Build it daily, protect it fiercely, and carry it into every room you walk into. Because when you truly believe in yourself, the world has no choice but to feel it. And when that belief becomes unshakable, you stop fearing judgment, you stop chasing approval, and you start living on your own terms. That's when confidence stops being something you practice and becomes who you are. And once you reach that level, you don't just walk into rooms, you own your presence. You control your energy, and you leave an impact that people remember long after you're gone.